The train ticket I never used. A few years ago, I found an old train ticket in the back of my desk drawer. It was slightly bent and faded with time. I picked it up carefully and stared at it for a moment. The date printed on it was from 3 years earlier. I had bought that ticket for a trip I never took. At first, I smiled quietly. Then I felt something deeper. That small piece of paper reminded me of a version of myself I had almost forgotten. Back then, I believed my life was about to change, but life had different plans. 3 years earlier, I felt stuck. Every day looked the same. I woke up, went to work, returned home, and repeated the routine again. I wanted something different. So I made a plan to travel alone to a small town near the mountains. I imagined quiet streets, fresh air, and time to think about my future. For weeks, I searched for places to visit and wrote down everything I wanted to do. Buying the train ticket felt exciting. For the first time in a long while, I felt hopeful. 1 week before the trip, everything changed. A family member became seriously ill. Without hesitation, I canceled my plans. The train ticket stayed in my wallet for months. At first, I thought I would use it another time, but weeks became months and months became years. Life became busy again. Responsibilities grew. Slowly, I forgot about the person who had dreamed of leaving. As time passed, I stopped asking myself an important question: what did I really want? Instead, I focused only on what needed to be done. I worked hard. I took care of responsibilities. From the outside, everything looked fine, but inside, I felt disconnected. Sometimes we become so busy surviving that we forget how to live. That old ticket changed something in me. Holding it in my hand, I realized I was not sad because I missed the trip. I was sad because I had forgotten my dreams. The ticket was never about a destination. It was a reminder that I once believed my life could be different. And maybe I still could. I did not quit my job or change my life overnight. Instead, I started small. I began waking up earlier. I took longer walks. I read books I had been putting off for years. I made time for things that brought me joy. Little by little, I felt more like myself again. Last year, I finally visited that small town near the mountains. It looked different from what I had imagined years before, but somehow it was even better. I walked through quiet streets and watched the sunset over the hills. For the first time in a long time, I felt completely present. I realized that the journey had never really been about the place. It was about returning to myself. Maybe you also have an unused ticket somewhere. Perhaps it is not a real ticket. Maybe it is a forgotten dream, an unfinished goal, or a promise you made to yourself long ago. Life changes, plans fail, time passes, but it is never too late to begin again. Sometimes, all we need is a small reminder of who we wanted to become. You do not need to change everything today. You do not need a perfect plan. Take one small step. Send the message, read the first page. Take the short walk. Start where you are. Small steps often lead to extraordinary journeys. I never used that original train ticket, but I kept it. Not as a reminder of what I lost, but as a reminder of what I found: hope, courage, and the quiet power of beginning again.